Hey y'all, come on in here. Happy Monday. I know it is afternoon on the East Coast and it is morning on the West Coast. So welcome in to another episode of My Money Monday. We have a lot of things to talk about today. We got to get honest. It's time for us to have a real conversation. Sis, bro, I love you. Let me start off with that. Now let's have a real conversation because I've been feeling y'all over this weekend. Happy Labor Day. Yes. Let me pin this comments. Y'all, it is it's 5 o'clock here. So I started my day several hours ago, but I was like, I don't want to do my More Money Monday too early because, you know, people still need to start their day. So yeah, it's 5 o'clock here, but the kids are downstairs swimming. So we're good. We don't have to worry about any interruptions, so we can have a really good conversation. So happy Monday, happy Labor Day. You know, shout out to everyone. I know you guys have the day off. I'm thinking, which is really, really great. Here is a holiday too, but it is for setting Tuba, which is like one of our, one of the religious leaders here in Senegal. So a lot of things are closed here today. So we're both kind of celebrating a holiday. Hey y'all, but go ahead and drop your city and state in the chat. Where are you checking in from? So I am in Dakar, Senegal, in another country, but I want to know where you guys are checking in from. I know we've got some Atlanta people, probably. We've got New York. I see Dallas, Virginia. Where are y'all checking in from? Yes. Les, I love that. She said, I dabbed my oils on today. I'm ready to stay out of my own way. Okay. And that is what we need. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes, right? Shout out to you guys. I see you guys all over. Okay, Houston, Cameroon, Jamaica, Boston. I love that. So y'all, can we get real today? Comment yes in the chat if I can get a little real with y'all on this Monday. It's a holiday, it's Labor Day, so you guys might be chilling at home. So this is a good day for us to press reset. So comment yes in the chat if I can get a little bit real with you today. Can we have an honest conversation? Can I be real with y'all? If you're new to following me, welcome. If you've been a part of the community for the last, 3 years, then you already know, okay? But okay, I see you guys commenting yes, yes, yes. Let's have a real conversation. Today can be a really great day for you to press reset before you go into tomorrow, before you go into this next work week. Something that I was thinking about a lot is, right? How many of us often say, oh, I'll wait to do it next week, or I'll wait to do it next year, right? Comment me in the chat if you put things off. And I do too, right? We procrastinate. On the other end of that, right, I want you guys to think about if you've also ever felt like it's gonna take too long for something to happen, right? If someone has told you, okay, you can probably save this amount, or you can buy this house, or you can achieve this goal in 6 months or a year. How many of you guys have also said, oh, that's too long? If you have been promised, or if you have been advertised a certain goal and it said, okay, in 6 months, you can get this certificate, or you can finish this program and be able to start making money either in your business or have a new job or something like that. And you said, oh, but that's too long. 6 months is just, I want my results now, right? Comment me in the chat for that as well. So we got some of us in here who have definitely procrastinated, because we probably all do. We say, no, I'll just do it. All right, next Monday, right? How many of y'all have said, you know what? September 1, I'm going to get serious about my content. No, for real. No, sis, you was on the phone with your girl. You like, girl, this month, no, starting September 1, we're working out every day. No, girl, for real. No, starting September 1, you're not talking to that man anymore. Girl, September, everything is changing. This is your month. How many of y'all have said that? So we're saying, you know, we're going to wait to do something. But then we're also saying, when it comes to other goals, when it comes to other things, we're also saying, well, that takes too long. I want my results now. And so what I want you guys to pay attention to is how you treat your time. Both of these scenarios, the factor that they have in common is the value of time. So when we're telling ourselves, oh, I'm going to wait to do this. You know what? This is my last few days not being serious about my business. Next week, I'm doing it. Tomorrow, I'm doing it. Next Thursday, I'm making this call. You're not valuing your time the way that you could because you continue to put it off. And then on the other end of it, you recognize that a certain goal may take more time to achieve, but you're saying, you know what, that takes too long. I don't want to wait that long. I want to have it right now. But here's the thing about that. That time is going to pass anyway. So if you're feeling like 6 months is too long to commit to your business or to commit to your idea or to commit to a program or to commit to something to give you the future that you're looking for, here's what I want you to tell you. Whether you do the program or not, whether you stay consistent in the work or not, whether you keep up with your diet or not for that 6 months, the time is going to pass anyway. If you've hesitated to start something because you feel like it's going to take too long to complete, here's the alternative. You can either not start it, and then that same 6 months, that same year is going to pass by anyway. And now guess what? You're at the end of that 6 months, you're at the end of that year, and you still don't have what you wanted. You still don't have what you were looking for. You still don't have the goal that you wanted to achieve. And this is why we have to value our time. This is why we have to realize, number one, time is the only commodity that you cannot make more of. You can make more money. You can make, hopefully, more memories, right? You can get more food. You can lose more weight. There's things you can always do more of. But the only thing we cannot do more of or have more of is our time. This here day, today, right now, it's 5 o'clock for me. It's whatever time it is for you. This day, right now, we're not going to have it again. So what I want you guys to commit to as we go into tomorrow, as you are pressing this reset, right? We're in September. We have a few more months until we go into January. Instead of putting things off and losing that time, I want you to take your time back. Take your time back. Reevaluate the value of your time. And instead of waiting to do something, make a commitment to do at least one thing that is important towards the future goal that you want every single day. Because whether you do the work or not, the time is going by. And this is a huge reality check, because when we wait to achieve something, we're thinking that we're gaining more. We're gaining more time by waiting to do something, because we're saying, well, we don't have time to do it right now, or we're not ready to do it right now, so we'll wait and we'll do it next week. But then here's the thing, all you're doing is delaying, and you're losing time that you are not going to get back. So at the end of every day, what I want you to ask yourself is, and I wrote down a couple set of questions for you, but what I want you to ask yourself is, did I work towards the future I desire? Did I work towards the future I desire? Did I take one step? One step. Doesn't mean you had a whole to-do list of 35,000 things. You didn't have a whole to-do list of 20 items. Did you take one step to get you closer? Because this is how we value our time. when I read a lot, right? I'm very interested in success and wealth and what factors contribute to people achieving massive amounts of success and wealth in their lifetime. And something I see in common all the time, whether it's, watching YouTube videos, reading books, reading articles, listening to podcasts, is the level of value and appreciation and respect for time. So instead of you feeling like you're not ready to take a specific step towards your goal, you have to realize that time is not going to wait for you to get ready. The only way that you can make yourself ready is by deciding you're not going to let any more time pass by without you taking at least one step in that direction. Because whether you decide to say that today is the day you're going to create more content, today is the day you're going to start your business plan, today is the day you're going to work on your credit, whether you decide it's today or you decide it's January that you're going to do it, that time is going to pass anyway. So wouldn't you rather be ahead of the goal than waiting 4 months until January to be just getting started? Think about the opportunities that come when you decide to start something earlier. Let's say that by January, there's a new loan program that comes out and it's available to people that have been working on their credit for the last 4 to 6 months or who already have a business plan ready. But because you decided, well, you know what, 2024 is my year. January 1, I'm doing everything different. I'm going to get started. Now, because you let these 4 or 5 months go by without taking advantage, without valuing the time, without starting earlier, when something new becomes available, you're at square one. When you could have already been ready. This is the value of time. I have so many ideas, and I'm sure you guys can relate. So many ideas, goals that you had, right? A year ago, and you say, you know what, I'm going to do it. And now here 2 years has passed and it hasn't gotten done. I want you to comment in the chat, it's my time. Comment, it's my time in the chat. Because this means two things. Number one, it means it's your time to start doing the things now. And it also means that I want you to take ownership of your time. It's my time means it is your time to do what you said you were going to do. And it also means that it is your time. You have to take ownership of it. Take it back. Recognize that it is a valuable asset that you have. It is one of the most valuable assets that you have. And you cannot keep allowing it to be something that we treat without regard. Because again, it's not coming back. Once we do today, we don't get another today. We don't get another September 4th, 2023. That, when you really think about that, right? God has given us the opportunity to be here right now. So the most that we can do is take advantage of it in a real way, where every single day before you go to bed, I want you to ask that question of yourself. Did I take a step to get me closer to the future that I desire? Did I take just one step? Because so much of the time we are intimidated, right? And this is our relationship between time and fear. So much of the time we're intimidated by what it's going to take to go and achieve the success that we want. We feel like we're not qualified. Comment me in the chat if you have ever felt like you're not qualified. It's okay. I have definitely felt that. Comment me in the chat if you felt like your work may not be good enough. Comment me in the chat if you felt like because you haven't seen someone like you do it, you're not sure that it can be done. You're not sure if you're the one. Comment me in the chat if you have felt like because you don't have all the resources or the support, or you don't know the people, or you don't look like how other people look on Instagram, or you don't have a Birkin bag, or you don't have a Lamborghini. Comment me if you felt like those things are going to stop you from achieving the success that you want. And I know that so many of us can relate to that. But I have told you guys this in several different lives. I'm going to make sure I repeat it again today. What made you qualified is not anything external to you. What made you qualified is the fact that you're here right now. You have been qualified from the day that you were born. You have been qualified because God has particularly aligned the experiences, the opportunities, the challenges, the knowledge that you have gained over time. All of that has made you exquisitely and perfectly qualified to do exactly what it is you want to do. I need you guys to realize that your ideas are not yours alone. So when you're delaying, right? When you're not valuing your time, when you're delaying these ideas that you have, do you recognize that the ideas that you have are a combination of what's in you and a combination of what God has given to you? Every single idea in your mind is a seed that has been planted. It is a seed that has been planted. And your action, right? The more you take action, the more you value your time, the more you take steps every single day when you decide you're going to do one thing towards that future goal, it is you watering that seed. Every single time you make a decision that gets you a little bit closer to the outcome that you're looking for, it is you watering that seed. Because, when we think about momentum, I envision, and I want you guys to follow me along on this metaphor, right? When we think about momentum, what momentum is, when you start doing something, you have this snowball effect. You start getting better at it. You start getting faster at it. Ideas keep coming. It keeps growing. It gets better. This is why most businesses, when you can make it past that 2-year, 3-year mark, you're in, right? You can stay. Momentum is just another word for your seed consistently being watered, and it's continuing to grow. But you have to get it out of that phase of just being a seed, because a seed alone cannot survive. The idea alone can be planted, and it can be in there, and you're thinking about it and you want to do it, and you're like, ooh, imagine, and this, I could do this, and I could do this. But guess what? That seed alone cannot survive if you do not water it, if you do not take action, if you do not value the time, if you do not work and take the steps. And so what ends up happening, right? I want you guys to comment in the chat, water the seed. Water the seed. I don't ever want you guys to feel like an idea for a business that you have is invaluable or invalid or not good enough, because the ideas that you have are a direct connection between the experiences that you have already lived and the genius that God has put in your mind, and directly connected to Him seeing what you're capable of and giving you access to even have that idea. So many things you would not even think about if God did not say you're qualified to go think about it. You wouldn't have the idea to create, I don't know, all you guys have amazing ideas. Your interior design company, right? Servicing a certain niche of people, servicing women who want to have beautiful homes on, an affordable budget. You wouldn't have that idea if God didn't already say, you know what? Yeah, this child of mine is qualified to even go in that direction. So let me go ahead and just continue to let that seed stir. Let me help and plant that seed even further. And hopefully my child is going to take action on it. I don't believe any one of us here in this life are meant to be broke, are meant to not have. It is a combination of factors external to us in our government and factors internal, as in us not valuing our time, us not seeing the value in ourselves, us not taking steps every single day to get us closer to the goal, that end up resulting in an unfulfilled life and an unfulfilled bank account. But do not ever start to think that you are in the situation that you're in because you are simply not qualified to have better. You have been qualified to have better. Now what I want you to do is start believing that you deserve to have better. I want you to comment in the chat, I deserve. I need you to start believing that you deserve to have better, because that is the first step that creates the domino effect. That is what creates the momentum. When you believe that you deserve to have the seed, then you'll believe that you deserve to water it. Then you'll believe that you deserve to take at least one step every single day. Then you'll believe that you deserve to turn off Netflix and sit down in front of your computer. Then you'll believe that you deserve to not spend your money on that Louis Vuitton bag, but maybe that you deserve to put that into something that's going to get you a little bit closer to your goals and your dreams. And it doesn't mean you can't double back for that Louis Vuitton bag later. But are you serving Louis or are you serving your seed? Because Louis Vuitton, whether you buy that bag today or not, is still going to be $1 billion company. All these Labor Day sales that we see today, whether you engage or not, they are still going to be $1 million companies. So let's look at today. Are you laboring for them or are you laboring for you? Are you laboring and pulling out your card and typing in your card number so that they can have more success? Or are you laboring for yourself so that next Labor Day, you can be the one offering a sale? I really hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down right now. Comment got it in the chat if you got it. I want you to step up to the plate because God already knows that you can. God already knows that you can. You see, being broke, not having enough, that is a societal construct. God only deals in abundance. And even beyond that, right? I know that in our lifetime, we all work to have wealth. We work to have a certain amount of money, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, et cetera, and et cetera. But I want you to know that God is even bigger than 8 figures. God is even bigger than $1 billion. We put the title right around millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. But God is even bigger than all of that. So I want you to know that your ability to create the life that you deserve is limitless. I want you to comment the word limitless in the chat. Your ability to create the life that you want and deserve is limitless. It is not tied to a certain number of millions. It is not tied to a certain number of billions. It is not tied to anything like that. What it is tied to is you deciding to show up, water your seed, serve other people, and continue to value the time that you have. Continue to take one step that gets you closer to the future and the goal that you desire. And it may look like a certain number of millions. It might look like that, but that doesn't mean that's where your limitation is. God is so much bigger than that. It's only us who decided to say, ooh, $1 million is a lot of money. And it is a lot of money. But I need you guys to really understand what I'm saying here. That is not the limit. There is so much more that can be had outside of just the certain amount of money that is in your bank account. And you start to achieve that and see that and feel that when you honor your time and you water your seed every single day. Because money will fulfill you, yes, but purpose will fulfill you more. Money will fulfill you. I'm very grateful to have turned my stimulus check and being on EBT and not having a car and doing DoorDash with my kids in the back. I'm very grateful to have turned that into a successful business. But I'm at a phase where I realize, you know what? Having millions of dollars in my account is cool, but that's nothing compared to what God has planned for you. Money is great, but purpose is better. Money is great, but knowing that at the end of the day, you took a step closer to the goal and the future that you desire, and knowing that you watered the seed, and knowing that you are building up momentum. When you are operating in that space, you're not thinking about the constructs of a limitation of money. Because when you operate in purpose, money is limitless. When you operate from, I'm going to make sure I take serious care of this seed and this idea that keeps coming into my mind. I'm going to make sure that I act out and that I take steps and that I value my time. And every single day I look for, how can I serve more people in relation to the idea that God planted in my head? When you operate in that way, I need you guys to understand, you will never lack money. So do not keep yourself small because you feel like you do not have the funds, the resources, the anything in order to be qualified to do what you have to do. Because when God gave you the assignment of what you're supposed to do, He did not attach it to a certain amount of money in your bank account. He didn't say, okay, the only way you're going to be able to make this business happen is if you have $100,000 in your account. When He gives you the vision, it's not connected to a certain dollar amount. When God gave me the vision to start this coaching and consulting company for women and teach women what I know about getting funding, writing their business plans, having a startup company, staying in business, I had no money. I had no money. So you've got to recognize your qualification to do what you are meant to do doesn't come from material things. It doesn't come from the things that are around you. It comes from you taking what's already in you and valuing your time. I knew 2023 was going to come anyway. But I decided, instead of being afraid to start something and potentially fail, I decided it was more so. Y'all, I don't know what happened, y'all. The word was wording, and the heat from the word that was being given, it was just coming through. And the phone said too hot and it turned off. The phone said I'm too hot and it turned off. Oh my gosh. No, like quite literally. Because I saw the phone start like pausing and I was like, okay, I just thought it was Instagram connection. And then it just was like too hot and it turned off. But we back though. And sometimes that's what it is, you know, ooh, right? The message was messaging, okay? The word was wording. The give was giving, okay? Y'all needed that. We needed that. We all needed that. So let's pick right back up, y'all. And I won't keep you on here too long. But the give was giving. The message was messaging, okay? The speak was speaking. The talk was talking. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So what I was saying was, let's talk about your fear. Because as I explained, you do not need anything outside of you to make the goal that you have, the seed that has been planted, to make it a reality. You don't. Because God did not give you the vision and then say, oh, but you can only do this if you got this money in your account. That's not how it works. God says, you know what? You're qualified. I'm going to give you this dream. I'm going to give you this idea. You're going to have this random thought, and I want you to write it down, and this is a part of your assignment. So you're already qualified. Now let's put your fear in check, because fear is holding a lot of us back. Fear is killing more dreams than failure. Your fear, our people's fear, the collective fear that is often felt is killing more dreams than failure ever did. I want you to know that you're not successful because you're not good enough. You aren't successful yet because you've been letting your fear take over instead of your faith. It has nothing to do with your failure. In fact, you haven't even failed. There isn't a such thing as failure. It's all learning. Your failure hasn't been what's held you back. The fact that you have put your fear in a higher place than your faith is what is causing you to still be stuck in the same place. And we can't have that anymore. So let's put our fear in check. When I received the idea after my divorce, crying in the middle of the night to start a business, I had no money. I knew the stimulus checks were coming, and I said, you know what, maybe this is what's going to get me out of my situation. Yes, it was scary to think about getting on my phone, creating content. Nobody knows me. I'm in LA. I'm a single mom, 4 kids. I'm breastfeeding. I don't know how to do my own makeup. At that time, I had no idea even what a foundation shade was. Nothing. I'm like, this is really scary because what if I try? What if I fail? What if no one likes it? What if I get no followers? Just what if? But then I looked at my kids and I realized it's 2020. Soon it's going to be 2021. Then one day it's going to be 2022, and another day it's going to be 2023, and now here we are going into 2024. So what I realize is instead of being afraid of trying and failing, what I decided was more scary, and what I want you to realize is more scary, what you should be afraid of is looking up in 6 months or 12 months or 18 months and still being in the same place. That is scary. That is the only thing you should be afraid of. Do not displace your fear. See, what happens is fear and the enemy will try to make you think that the potential of new and better is actually what's scary. But what's scary is staying the same. What's scary is being in the same place. Because time is moving, but if you are not moving with time, then you're staying stuck, you're staying still. And that is the only thing you should be afraid of, is looking up in 12 months, in 3 months, in 2 years, and you're still in the same place. So I decided, as scary as it was to get on Instagram with no makeup, no followers, had no idea, just going off faith. As scary as that was, it was more scary to me to think about a year from now, it being 2021, still looking around at my kids, still being in the corner of my mom's living room, still going to the EBT office every 6 months to process my renewal, still being on crystal stairs and not being able to afford daycare, still doing DoorDash with my twins sitting in the back seat delivering other people's pancakes. That was more scary. So what I want you to do is remove your fear from the potential of your future and instead decide to be afraid of continuing to stay in your present. Don't be afraid of the future that you have. Be afraid of continuing to live and relive your current present circumstance. Because even where I am now, I'm very grateful for my life, my home, all the things. But I would still be afraid to still be here in 2 years because have I grown? You know that if you look up and you see yourself in the same place that you were in, that's a very clear sign that you have not grown, that you have not watered the seed, that you have not taken the assignment that God has given you to heart. That is what we should be afraid of. Comment "got it" in the chat if you got it. Comment "got it" in the chat if you got it. Because I said, so we got to have an honest conversation today. It's Labor Day, but again, who are you laboring for? Are you laboring for yourself? Or are you going to continue to labor for others who are still going to have this money? These companies are still going to have this money, whether or not you do anything for yourself today. Tomorrow is still going to come. So how about we let tomorrow come knowing that we have done some bit of labor for ourselves today? And that labor can look like checking off one thing from your to-do list. That labor can look like creating one piece of content. It can look like writing the first sentence of your business plan. That labor can look like signing up for my masterclass on Thursday, my free funding masterclass on Thursday. Let that be one of your pieces of labor today. Make sure that every single day, right? What were the 2 questions I told you guys to ask yourself? Number 1, did I work towards the future I desire? Number 2, did I take one step to get me closer? Just one. Not 10, not 11, not 5, just one. Just one. Let that be your goal at the end of the day. Because we have enough time. God did not create you and say, oh, but this specific one, no, she needs more than 24 hours in a day. She needs like 48. This one, no, this construct of time doesn't work for her. No, God didn't do that. Everything has already been specifically designed and created in order to support you. So you have enough time because it's already been written. It's already been said. But now I need you to, again, change the valuation of your time. And instead of saying, I'll just wait till next week, tomorrow, Thursday, Monday, January 1st, March 29th, instead of just continuing to wait, I need you guys to realize that the time is going to pass anyway. So let the time pass with you having achieved more. Let the time pass with you continually every day taking one step. Because look what happens if you take one step over the course of 30 days, now you have gotten 30 steps closer. Versus if you wait 30 days to take one step, you've only gotten one step closer. I really hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down today. Every single day before me and my husband go to bed, we sit down and we take one step on one of our businesses, whether that is updating the business plan, whether that is finding a new lender to send an email to, whatever it is, even if it's just a conversation in the bed, at least for 30 minutes before we pass out at 3 a.m., one step closer. Because what that also does is it shows God that you're ready to water and grow the seed that has been given to you. That way it doesn't get reassigned to someone else. Because if you don't water the seed, God will reassign the seed, the assignment, to someone who will. This is why I be moving fast, because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm qualified, but there's a lot of other great women who are qualified to do what I'm doing. So I had to make sure when God says move, I'm moving. Somebody comment in the chat, it's time to move. It's time to move. Because when I see other amazing Black and brown women who are great at business, who are doing different things, I'm like, these are all amazing qualified women. So I have to take very seriously the seed that has been assigned to me. Because if I don't, I know God will find another qualified candidate who may go ahead and water that seed. And that's the same way you have to think about your idea. If you do not take your idea seriously, God may find someone else who is qualified just like you are, but was willing to water the seed, but was willing to take action. Jeff Bezos is Jeff Bezos because he decided to take action. There's probably someone else who had the idea, but they didn't water the seed. That's how I want you guys to see this. So, do not look at other people and be intimidated and feel like, that they are just better positioned than you are. I truly believe God loves all his children and gives us all opportunities to create an abundant life because, again, God didn't decide for you to be broke. When you look at other people who have made it happen, just realize that it isn't that they have more favor. It isn't that they had more of a better situation than you did. They might have been born into a wealthy family, but pay attention, right? What I'm telling you is you've got to realize that the only difference between you, where you are and where you want to be, and the people who are where you want to be is the valuation of time. And deciding to take action, and deciding to water the seed, and deciding, instead of being afraid of what the future holds, they decided to be more afraid of what it looked like to stay the same. Your future isn't scary. Staying in the present tense is scary. Yeah. It's time to move. Let's go. Because this is our last September 4th, 2023. We don't get another one of these again. We don't get another one. It's 5:50 p.m. September 4th, 2023. Once it's 5:51 over here, I'm never going to have another 5:50 p.m. September 4th, 2023 again. And this is not to put fear into you. It is to put faith into you to get to work. You have a lot to achieve, okay? Right. He said it's time to move. It's time to move, y'all. So I'm going to let y'all go so y'all can get to moving. But before you go, I need to make sure, hold on, we have 76 seats left to the class on Thursday. Okay, I'm hosting a free, fully funded class because I want you guys to know how to get the funding you need for your business so you can make these goals happen. Okay, this class is on Thursday. You need to be in the room. So I want to show you guys how to secure your seat. So when you go to my page, you're going to click on the link in my bio. It is the first link, okay? Get funding now. And boom, free class this Thursday at 7. Now, one thing you have to do, when you secure your seat, okay, put in your info, save my seat, I need you to make sure that you add on this prep kit. This is normally $197. You're getting it for $37, and you're getting all of this. So you're getting my funding course, the workbook, business plan template, and my projections formula. Students who come to class and have all of these things are basically 100% more successful in actually getting funding, actually writing their plan, because you have the projections, you have the business plan template, you have the workbook, and you have the mini course. So make sure that you add these on, all right? And it's all in one for $37. So you're getting all four, 1, 2, 3, 4, for $37. So when you're on my page, secure your seat to class, add on your workbook, it's time to get to work, okay? We got 76 seats left. I feel like 5 of you just got yours because I see it says 71. So hurry up. There's 150 people in here, so make sure you guys go and secure your seat. Make sure you're in class, 7 p.m. Eastern, and let's get to work, all right? I love y'all. I can't wait to see you guys in class on Thursday. You are qualified. You got this. Let's get to work. Value your time. God gave you that assignment. God gave you that seed. He gave you that idea. So please know that you are already qualified to bring it to fruition. The only thing you have to do is get a little serious. Get to work. Okay? Labor for yourself today. I will see you guys in class on Thursday, all right? First link in bio, and don't forget to add on your prep kit. Bye.